Hello, welcome to October's edition of Lions Pride. We're here to celebrate October Students of the Month. I'm Steve Murray, principal of Chelmsford High School. I'm here with Dean Josh Black from Hawthorne House and our host, Mr. Al Thomas from the Rotary. And our first student today is from Hawthorne House, is Grace Cardona.
It's my pleasure to introduce Grace Cardona as Hawthorne Student of the Month. Grace is an outstanding kid who's really taken advantage of all the opportunities Chelmsford High School has to offer. She's taking a rigorous course load right now with calculus and international relations, senior English, music in the digital world, sociology, and early childhood development. Grace is in both the National and Spanish Honor Society. She's been an active member of our successful field hockey team and is a three-sport star. She's also an indoor and spring track. On top of all that, she's been active in DECA and is a member of our executive board for our freshman mentor program. Grace is hoping to attend either UNH or UMass Amherst or maybe Bentley and would like to study business next fall. So congratulations, Grace.
Thank you.
I know there are a lot of different areas of competition for DECA. Could you tell us what you got involved with?
So I was in hospitality and tourism team decision making. So I had a partner, actually, Claire Danahy, and so for the team decision making, you basically just get, you have 30 minutes to answer a prompt that they give you, and you collaborate with each other, and then you get called into a room, and there's a judge, and he basically just asks you to present what you came up with as your idea, and then he asks you 2 questions, and based on how you answered those questions and what prompt you came up with, he gives you a score. And last year at districts, the top 6 made it to states. So me and my partner, Claire Danahy, were one of the 6 who made it to states. And then we just did the same thing at states again twice, but with different prompts each time.
How do you think that experience will help you as you go forward?
It definitely made me better at communication skills, because I thought I was going to be uncomfortable talking to somebody I didn't know, but I'm going to have to do that in the real world with bosses and job interviews and stuff, so help me with that.
Very good.
So Grace, you're a member of 3 varsity sports, which is rare these days for kids to do all 3 seasons. What are some of the best things you've taken from your experience in athletics at the high school?
I've gotten really good at just teamwork, knowing that I'm not the only one on the team and that there's other people that I can learn from or I can help. So it's,
you guys are having a great season in field hockey.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Keep it up. Make a run in the tournament, hopefully.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of work on the freshman mentors, the executive board. What kind of time does that take to get that ready for the first day when the freshmen come?
Well, so there's, I think, 10 of us on the board this year. So we met a couple times and we went over all the stuff and we separated all the work. And yeah, it was a lot of time, but it was also, we made it fun because we all wanted to do it and we all had been through it too because we were all mentors. And we went through it in our freshman year with the mentors who were there. So it was fun being able to create something new this year.
What are you looking forward to next year in terms of any idea where you want to go?
My tops are UMass and UNH because they both have good business programs. And I also like how if I don't want to do business, if I try it out and it's not what I want, there's so many other opportunities there too. So.
Very good point.
Well, on behalf of the Rotary, I want to congratulate you on achieving everything that you have at Chelmsford High School and wish you the very best as you go on next year.
Thank you.
Good.
Congratulations, Grace.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce our next student of the month from Hawthorne House, whose name is Kevin Hamilton. Kevin is an extraordinary young man who is taking quite a rigorous course load he's taken 4 different AP classes, including calculus, English, environmental science, and Spanish, along with international relations and architecture, to name a few. Kevin has been a leader since he got to the high school. He's currently serving as president of our National Honor Society. He's on the mentor board as well. He's a part of the English and Spanish Honor Society and the Tri-M Honor Society. One of the things that he's really gotten himself involved in is theater and voice. He is a member of our internationally acclaimed a cappella group, the Thursdays. He's really made his mark on Chelmsford High School and in the state level, and through theater, through voice, and through his academics. He is hoping to major in political science next year, and he's chosen some Jesuit universities like he'd like to target, like the College of the Holy Cross, Boston College, and McGill University up in Canada. So welcome, Kevin, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
As you look at your resume, you might jump to the conclusion that you'd probably go forward in the arts, and you're not, at least as a major thing. What's drawn you to political science?
Well, I'd say that I've always kind of had a desire to help people. You know, that's always been something that has really kind of driven all my actions, and I really try to be really kind to others. And so I think that my involvement in the arts has really kind of helped me to explore my self-confidence and explore my public speaking skills. And I've always loved to kind of organize things. I'm currently the president of the National Honor Society, so we're kind of always thinking of new events to put on and help the community, and I think that's something that's really important to me.
It was exciting to see you getting involved in our democratic process when you worked on OLeary Trahan's campaign for Congress this past year. That must have been really interesting to see the inner machinations of democracy at work. And how the candidate tries to get elected. Did that have an influence on your decision to look into political science? And how was that experience?
It was a really great experience. I was first introduced to that experience through my history teacher at the time. OLeary Trahan and her campaign committee had reached out to Miss Durkin, my history teacher, and so she was looking for some candidates to go and volunteer there down in Lowell. And so I just decided, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure kind of what my political beliefs are at the time, but I just said, you know what, this is a great opportunity. Why don't I go see kind of what it's about? And so I did a few hours down there, and I made some phone calls to some different voters and things, and I went out and I handed out pamphlets to some people in different neighborhoods. And it was a really interesting experience, but I think it kind of opened my eyes to kind of what a campaign is like, and if that's something that I would be interested in doing, or maybe if I, go the political science route of becoming a politician or the chief of staff or something, or whether maybe that isn't what I want to do and I want to maybe teach political science or, go into intelligence or something like that. So it was overall really great. So.
Good for you.
With your activities, you put yourself under a lot of pressure.
Yes.
You put yourself out front, whether it's singing or acting or whatever. How do you deal with that? Because it's tough, continuously, like you make it.
It is tough. Well, I think that the biggest thing with all of my activities is time management, but specifically for, as I'm kind of preparing to go on stage and perform, I think that we have a lot of kind of coping mechanisms as sort of a community in terms of the Theater Guild or in terms of a cappella, and we, do a lot of kind of deep breathing or just talking about our experiences, kind of getting everyone really excited and feeling encouraged and supported so that we can go out, feel really good about ourselves, and then kind of be able to perform at our best.
Okay, again, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, congratulations on this outstanding record that you've constructed for yourself, and best of luck next year.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. It's my pleasure to introduce the Whittier Student of the Month on behalf of Dean McIsaac, Miss Lilia Dean. Lilia is in a long line of great students here today. She's an outstanding student. She's taken 3 advanced placement courses in English, calculus, and psychology, anatomy and physiology, biotechnology too, some computer programming, and some legal rights rounds it out. She is the vice president of the National Honor Society. She serves as the secretary of the Spanish Honor Society. She's in the English Honor Society. She's a captain of the cross-country team. She is the co-founder of the Interact Club that is linked with the Rotary. She does both winter and spring track and class reps, to just name a few of her many activities. She's also serving as the president of the Freshman Mentor Program, which is over 200 mentors serving roughly 400 freshmen. It's a dynamic program that gets better every year thanks to our students, and she's been a great president for that organization. So Lilia would like to study biology, maybe some biomedical sciences at either Northeastern or Tufts, in hopes of hopefully becoming a pediatric neurosurgeon at Boston Children's someday. So I would not doubt her. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Last year in starting the Interact Club, there were real challenges because it's hard to take from point zero and make something out of it. What do you think was the toughest thing you had to deal with last year?
I think the biggest thing was, well, actually right after coming out of RILA, which was the summer camp that a few my friends and myself had attended, we really wanted to find a way to stay involved in the Rotary, which obviously the best way was through Interact, but we had a lot of road bumps in terms of finding out how to create the club, but also how to gain interest in the club. Because RILA, although it is a very renowned organization, there are a few students in it. And so I think being able to draw from different grades was one of our big challenges, and finding different ways to get to lots of different groups of people and lots of different types of people was challenging.
Yes, it is.
How large is the club? How many kids are in it?
So for Interact, starting this year, we actually gained a lot new team members in our club. So I'd say in total around 30 kids, which for a second year we're really happy about. It's an organization that we are working with other towns as well. So we go to different events throughout the year, whether it's with Westford, Tewksbury, things like that, because it really, with Rotary, it's able to connect you to different organizations in different towns, which has been awesome.
That's great. I see here that you spent the summer volunteering at the clinic at Boston Children's, and seeing that you want to get into the medical field. How was that experience, and how did that, what kind of impression did that make upon you?
Well, I had always known from a young age that I wanted to be a doctor, but through the past few years, I've started to become really interested in the pediatric field, and this summer was my first year in volunteering at Boston Children's, and it was just an amazing experience because just walking in the front doors, it's just a completely different world of positivity and hope, and I just love that.
Tremendous staff there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So you were in the teen advisory board. What was that?
So that is a board that just pretty much anyone can apply to that is somehow connected to the hospital, and it's basically a focus group for the hospital. So whether it's new technology, different projects going on at the hospital, it's a group of about 20 teen members ranging in age from like 15 to 19 that give input and work on different projects in the hospital.
One of the challenges I think of working with kids in the medical situation is emotional involvement. Do you think you have the right personality to be able to cope with that? Because it is a very challenging situation you're putting yourself in.
Yeah, I think that I'm more of an emotional person, but also I think that it's good to have an emotional connection with different people. I've always heard that as I want to go into the surgical field, surgeons have to kind of take away the emotional aspect, but I've always been the type of person that has an emotional connection to everyone, and I think that's really a strong build, especially in Boston Children's, which the emotional connection is what they really put above everything else. Obviously, the health is a big thing, but I think being able to create a kind and emotional environment is really strong, and having someone being able to heal from extreme circumstances.
Very good. How did you get into running?
So I began running at the end of 8th grade, and I was a soccer player for around 6 to 8 years, but my brother actually was a cross-country runner, and I had gone to lots of his meets, and it was something that I just came really interested into, and I just love the sport.
Well, you've done a great job at Chelmsford High School.
Thank
and
you.
With the talent you have, I'm sure that you'll do a great job at whichever of these fine colleges you get to go to. So best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next student of the month is also from Whittier House. It's Hunter Holden. Hunter Holden has a full schedule of AP Calculus, AP Literature, AP Psychology, and AP Environmental Science. He's in 3 honor societies. He's in the National Honor Society, English Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. He's a member of our varsity soccer team. He's also in the Interact Club. And he serves on the Whittier House Dean's Council. volunteer. He's at Faith Chapel Church and the Central Co-op Council. And outside of that, he likes playing soccer, freelance photography, and listens to country music. Hunter plans on attending a 4-year institution to study biomedical engineering and entering the medical field. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what would you like to do in the medical field?
I'm not entirely sure, but I was thinking about like neurology and being like a neurosurgeon, but then I want to find the balance between spending too much time in school, obviously, and actually being able to go out, like get out of school and actually go into the workforce and help people.
And how will you find that balance? That's hard.
That is
You're involved in so much.
Yeah, it is very hard. The reason I want to be in the medical field is because I look in like the news and everything and all like the hardships everybody's facing in the world, and I'm just like I just want to help people like overcome all these like diseases and everything.
You're having a good soccer season. You just qualified for the tournament, right?
Yeah, yesterday we are 8 wins, 3 ties, 1 loss. So
What do you think from year to year? You know, we usually have pretty good teams, but what do you think has made this team exceptional?
Well, I mean, I've played with like most of these kids for like since I was like 10. So like, there's just there's a very, very like team-oriented feeling with all these kids. We have a lot of, it's just great chemistry. I love like all of my teammates, and I've been on teams where I can't say that. So it's a great year. It's been really fun.
Is there a lot of pressure to play club soccer now?
Yeah, but like I find club soccer like the same pretty much, because you just have to find like the balance between like enjoying yourself and enjoying like your time with the team. And I really enjoy getting to know everybody that I play with, and yeah.
It's amazing too. You had a lot of seniors who graduated last year, and you had a very good season as well. And so you're picking up right where everyone left off. It's phenomenal. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that we started last year, just towards the second semester, was the Dean's Council, and you've been a member of it. What do you think how do you think the Dean's Council could help bridge the gap between students and admin?
Well, a lot of times people like don't they look at like students think that they're just so like distant from the teachers, and I feel like with the group of like 15 or 20 of us, like we're just bridging that gap, and we're really able to connect with people. Like I was talking to kids today about like what they think of Pride Block, and I got a wide variety of responses, and I just feel like we're able to honestly like just bridge that gap, so then we can work and improve the school's status.
That's great.
What's Pride Block?
Pride Block is...
Oh, block, I'm sorry.
It is a block where you can either make up tests. Every single time I've used it, like I've made up 3 tests, so I found it very useful. But then you can have like a designated learning time, or you can just go in for extra help, and I've found it very beneficial.
Okay.
You do a lot of freelance photography. When did you just start doing that, and what do you like to take pictures of? I
like taking pictures of like mountains and the ocean, because I love capturing the world's beauty. I've done that for like 3 years now, since like freshman year, like actively.
What got you into that?
It was really my freshman year photography course, because I'm just like, what the heck, I might as well take it and see where it takes me, and it really inspired me to go out and capture the world.
You were saying earlier that you wanted to make sure that you had a balance between your school and some fun time. So when you get to college and you're doing all your work, what's the fun time, the downtime for you?
I think it's going to be the relationships I form with my teachers and like-minded students along the way. And I'm really looking forward, because I've made so many great friends at the high school so far, and it's just going to keep continuing in college.
Well, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to congratulate you, as I have with the other students, both academically in terms of extra activities. You've done a great job, and I'm sure you'll do the same at the college.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Our next student of the month is from Emerson House. It's Caitlin OLeary. Caitlin OLeary has a full schedule as well, with an AP Literature and Composition. She takes honors physics, biotech, calculus, studio art, and psychology. Just like our previous guest, she has 3 honor societies: National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and English Honor Society. With that, she's also on our field hockey team, lacrosse team, she's a class rep and does Girl Scouts. And then she was also part of Project 351, serving as a board member, and that's quite an amazing achievement and organization there. Caitlin plans on attending a 4-year college, majoring in nursing, athletic training, or exercise science. Congratulations and welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So Project 351 and the serving board member. Can you explain what that is to everyone we know, and then what did you do as a board member?
Yeah, so Project 351 is a nonprofit organization that leads or sponsors like youth-led service programs across the state of Massachusetts. It's called Project 351 because all 351 towns and communities in the state are involved. So you start as an 8th grader and you can continue your involvement into high school. So as a member of it, I have mentored a lot of younger kids, 8th graders, and even the other mentors in the program. My sophomore year, I was a mentor to the other kids in the area for the region, so I was a regional mentor for them, which was a great experience. I got to meet a lot of very, very special people.
It's impressive. It's quite an honor to be chosen for that.
Yes.
It's very competitive.
So the kids learn how to run their own service project in their own communities.
Yes.
What are some of the service projects that you did and/or you helped mentor the kids in the surrounding towns?
Mm-hmm. So I would say our biggest project is definitely our spring service project, which is a project where we partner with Cradles to Crayons, which is a fantastic organization. And we collect donations of clothes for kids ages newborn to 12. And then we sort the clothes, make sure they're good quality, and we send it into Cradles to Crayons. We collect like a great amount of clothes, especially at Chelmsford High School and at the middle schools. We've had great success with this clothing drive. And then another one of the service projects that we do is a 9/11 service project, where you can collect non-perishable foods, such as in Gatorade packets, stuff like that, and they go to a veterans organization to give to homeless veterans.
That's great.
A lot of people get involved with either Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts early on in their career, and then you don't hear much about it. What do you think you got from your experience in Scouts?
I think Girl Scouts is a great organization. It's nice to get involved at a young age, but it's also nice to stay with it throughout your high school years, because as you get older, you can do more with the experience, and you learn a lot of leadership skills and conversational skills also. When you're doing projects, you go out and you meet all these people, or even like selling cookies, which I know everybody looks forward to. You meet a lot of different people and you learn how to talk with them and engage them in what you're trying to sell to them or what the message is you're trying to get across. So I think it builds a lot of great life skills.
Sully's is one of my favorite places in the world.
Yes.
It's tough work, isn't it?
Yes, it's good. It's a good job to have, especially as a high schooler. It's very flexible, which is exactly what you need, especially as an athlete and involved in so many different things at the school. It's a good job, though. It's
Get to see everybody?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's some of the greatest lessons or takeaways you can speak to regarding your experience on either the field hockey team or the lacrosse team? Being an athlete, you experience real highs and real lows. So.
Yeah. Well, especially on the lacrosse team, we just won the D1 North last year, which was a fantastic experience. It was our second year in a row winning, which was great. And I think the team chemistry and all of the teammates that you meet and have across your 4 years of high school is just amazing. You make friends that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Good for you.
Caitlin, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to present you with this plaque and take it to college with you and remind yourself you're going to do a great job because you came from Chelmsford High School.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
And the last student of the month is also from Emerson House. It's Nicolas Havener. Nicolas Havener has taken 3 AP courses: AP Statistics, AP Calculus, AP Psychology. He has honors Anatomy and Physiology as well as honors Physics. Just like everyone else here, he's on 3 honor societies: National Honor Society, English Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. He's involved in DECA, Freshman Mentors, and he also works at this building here, volunteering at the Parker Middle School Homework Club, and he's a volunteer leader for the Parker Middle School Game Club, and he also is umpiring the Chelmsford Youth Baseball. That's always a fun job. And then he plans on pursuing a science education with a focus in biology, biotechnology, or neuroscience with business practices in that field as well. So congratulations and welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
So let's start with the first one. I'm umpiring for Chelmsford Youth Baseball. Balls and strikes. How's that? How the fans treating you?
Well, the fans are always nice. It's always the parents. The umpiring experience that I gained has been super beneficial to me. I love the sport of baseball, and to be involved in that way and in Chelmsford is really important to me. And I feel like I've learned a lot of leadership skills and responsibilities that go along with the job. I know that umpiring may not seem like a normal job, but it still requires those same responsibilities: showing up early. Early is on time, as Mr. Donahue would say, who runs Chelmsford Youth Baseball. And I think it's just such a good experience to help out in our community and those young kids who want to play baseball.
Now, we heard another student's experience with DECA. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience? Was it in the same area? Or?
So I also did a partner project. My partner was Aryan Chaudhry, and we had to design a business plan for a local laser tag company, and we had to market that to the surrounding area. So last year was my first year doing DECA. I've always had interest in business. CHS has a great business program, and I just decided I would join that club and try my hand in that, and we did pretty good. We advanced past the regional competition, and we made it to the 2-day statewide competition in Boston. And I feel like I've learned a lot of great skills, both teamwork, working with my partner, as well as just presentation skills, presenting in front of the judges.
That's great. One of the things that you're involved in currently is the homework club at Parker Middle School. Homework, it can be a real source of stress to not only the kids, but their parents. So I'm sure it's very much appreciated, your efforts. What are some of the best experiences from that, working with that homework club?
Oh man, I love it. I really do. Just working with middle school kids, they're younger kids. Being able to try to instill a good work ethic in them, and I think that club, the homework club, does a great job of opening it up to everyone here at Parker who wants to stay after, get some work done. Maybe they need a little bit of help, a little bit of tutoring in some of their subjects, algebra and biology, especially once they start learning about the cells in 7th grade. A lot of kids need help about that. So I feel like just helping them with whatever problems they may have in their classwork or their homework, and have them, feel like they are supported outside of school, or after school rather. It gives me just a sense of pride just to support other schools.
Were you a Parker student back in the day?
No, I was actually from McCarthy.
All right.
So
Yeah. I know, formerly working at the middle schools for many years, I loved when high school kids came down and helped out. It's a great role model, and it also at the same time, a lot of kids will take advice from a high school student as opposed to their parent, and I think I love that partnership when I had that.
Yeah, we make good student-to-student connections despite being different grades, and I just think that the connections I've made here at Parker have been pretty important to me.
What schools you're looking at?
Right now, my top school I would say is either UMass Amherst or UNC Chapel Hill. Yeah, it's beautiful down there. Certainly better weather than up here. Don't have to deal with any snow.
That's great.
And what are you looking forward to most going to school?
Just the connections I'll make again, new friends or teachers, and new experiences in life that haven't been able to get in high school yet.
If you could speak to a staff member who's made a big impact on you at the high school, who would it be?
I think it'd be hard to pick one. I know that our science faculty there, they've been great. Every single one supported me, and even outside of the science educators, my plus block teacher, Mr. Vitale, and some of the English teachers as well have been very supportive of me. Just a great community.
Well, congratulations on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, and best of luck as you move forward in all the years after that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations, Nicolas.
Thank you.
That concludes this edition of Lions Pride. And once again, congratulations to our October Students of the Month. On behalf of our hosts, Mr. Thomas and Dean Blagg, we say thank you. We look forward to seeing you in November. We celebrate November Students of the Month. Thank you. Excellent. So,